The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back to The Local Show, the New Year edition with George Powers. So
we should have bells or something. Ding, 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 ding.
Enough of that. Well, I'll tell you what. And the horns and the things.
Oh, yeah.
And oh, my goodness.
Do you stay up to watch the ball drop, Tom?
No. Like I said, usually I'm working and I'm doing, a DJ gig. And for a while there, for the first... maybe 20 years of my marriage, Kelly would see me go off to do a New Year's Eve. And a lot of times we'd invite a group of our friends and then she would come on New Year's Eve. So we were spending, a ruckus time doing the Dick Clark thing.
Okay.
And then when I realized I was not going to be as young as Dick Clark forever, I decided to bail on that. And then Ryan Seacrest took my job.
Okay.
So I was like, the hell with it. I'm not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So then you kind of get sick of it. You get burned out on it.
I imagine.
But then the wedding reception started to be a thing on New Year's Eve, and I could charge a premium.
Yeah.
However, with the weather, I wouldn't mind doing it if the weather wasn't bad around our area, because it's
you never know on New Year's Eve.
Right, you never know, and it's bitterly cold. We did a couple that was like 12 below zero.
Ouch.
And I'm like, man, this is...
Hopefully you weren't outside.
No, not outside, but it doesn't matter. You're chilled to the bone all the way. So we got a guest on the show now who's a returning guest. He must have been that good that we needed him on again and again and again. Abel Ramirez Gonzalez. He is the owner of Bayberry Uniform, and he's got a great story. How are you there?
Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás?
And do you know any Spanish at all, George?
I know that is... no, I don't.
No, you don't. No.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Spanish is one of those languages that are very difficult because you have to roll the R.
Yes.
Rápido,
That's it. And the first
I have a hard time with English. Don't learn anything.
When I first met him, I used to call him Rico Suave. So, remember that song?
Oh, yes.
From the 80s? Yeah. Anyway, so Abel, I had an unfortunate incident.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
Well, I have diverticulosis, which, a lot of people who are over 50 will have the condition. And unless you do crazy stuff like overeat, me being Italian, my stress, when I get stressed, I will overeat. Okay. So I did that for several months in the fall, and my wife said, "Hey, you're going backwards, man. You were 40 pounds lighter, and you got to stop." Okay, and I was like, yeah, whatever. Well, the diverticulosis turned into diverticulitis, and I had a stint of 4 days in the hospital with excruciating pain.
That's a long time in the hospital.
It is, and hospital. I said this to the nurses. I had the doctors cracking up too. I said, "You know what? I'm trying to weigh. Would I rather be incarcerated in prison or in the hospital?" And I said, it's a toss-up because I'm not sure about these hospitals, man.
Yeah, they're tough.
And even the doctors said, we have trouble. It's trouble staffing it, all this. But here I am in excruciating pain, laying in the bed, and the nurses are coming in. And I said, where'd you get that top? And she's like, why do you ask? And I said, well, I know Abel Ramirez Gonzalez, and he owns Bayberry Uniform. And they go, oh, yeah, we see him all the time. He comes in and you do the pop-up store, and, they were talking about the different tops.
So the only thing you could ask a doctor in excruciating pain is, where'd you get that top?
Yeah, where'd you get the top?
That's the one thing Tom could think of.
I know the owner. I know that guy.
I know him.
But you sell not only the tops and the garments and things, but also shoes, right?
Yeah, so basically think about anything the doctors will wear, right?
Yeah.
That goes from the tops, the bottoms, the shoes, the compression socks. If you're standing for a long period of time,
Right.
you need that compression sock, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I might get you a pair, Tom.
Yes,
you know?
I'd like some.
If you keep overeating like that, you know.
Gosh.
Compression bodysuit.
Yeah,
I don't think they make those, George.
I can tell you, I
Great
will
business
not.
idea.
I will not be overeating anymore. That ain't happening. But yeah, so you sell directly to them via your pop-up stores. All the hospitals upstate. I was in Krause. You do Krause, right?
So you
Yes,
show
we-
up right at the hospital and
Yeah, so we work many different avenues. Obviously, we work with the departments directly for certain uniforms. For example, upstate, they're color-coded.
Oh,
So
okay.
you might have different color-coded departments that we work with.
I didn't know that.
But we also do the pop-up shops at the hospitals where we sell direct to the employees. And they usually love that because think about it. You're tired, you've worked a long shift. The least thing you want to go is go shopping at a store, might not find your size, might not find the right color. You know, you got to go through all that, change, try on. You just want to go home. You know,
Yeah,
you're tired.
yeah.
I'm part of the problem myself. I'm buying groceries online, you know, I'm ordering delivery because it's convenience, right? So what we've done this year is we load up a 26-foot truck with the lift gate. We load about 25 racks of clothing and accessories.
Wow, that's a lot.
And we set up in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
I mean, it can't get any more convenient than that.
Right.
That's a great idea.
You go to have lunch, you're on your break, and we're right there.
Yeah.
You know, you're in and out, you're having your lunch, you grab what you want to grab, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about that. And then we do it periodically so that by the next time you need another top, you know,
Yeah, sure.
we're there again.
What a great idea. How long have you been doing that?
We started, I want to say, a couple of years ago, but this year's we've been going heavier on that. So as you know, we moved out of Bayberry. That was a big thing this year.
Right.
Okay.
We've been serving the community for over 50 years.
Yeah, I was going to say you're a little too young to have started Bayberry.
I reincarnated, myself. No, yeah, this store was actually founded by a Brazilian immigrant. Can you believe
Okay,
that?
interesting.
No, I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Yes, a
Okay.
Brazilian immigrant was the founder of Bayberry Uniforms, and now it's a Cuban that owns
There
the
you go.
store.
That's incredible.
Portuguese,
Awesome.
Spanish,
Yeah.
very close, but not quite the same. So
Right.
it's a quite a remarkable story. And what I've noticed, and especially after COVID, right? We kind of isolated ourselves from the world out there.
Yes.
And you have to pivot. Many businesses were forced to close during COVID time,
Yep.
right? And those who thrived were the ones that had to pivot and find a way around the current trend, which is online, you know. And unfortunately for us, you know, we're a small family-owned, family-operated business.
Sure.
It's not like we can take on Jeff Bezos and Amazon and all the
Right.
online
Right.
big tech of the world, right?
Sure.
So what we did is like, how can we focus our strength in the community with what we have? And that's been the pop-up shops. You know, again, we load up the truck, we set up there for a day or two, and we give everybody an option to come in and shop on their break. And then if something doesn't work, guess what? You can come back to the store, exchange, or if you need something, we can bring it back.
Yeah.
On Fridays, every Friday I have on my calendar, it's Upstate Day. Like I go to
Right.
Upstate every Friday, and I go to the other hospitals on different days, right? But it's like we're always trying to be there front of them, you know, whatever they need, and provide and supply what they need without having them come to the store. Would I want for them to come to the store? 100%. You know, I don't
Yeah,
want to sit
sure.
there fiddling my fingers like, hey, where are the customers at? You know, especially with the weather lately.
Yeah.
But, you know, we try to be conscious of what's going on. Everybody's busy. Everybody got stuff going on. We're working double shifts, whatever. We want to be that oasis that brings them peace and joy and their needs right to their hands.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
They need the work. Interesting.
We're talking with Abel Ramirez Gonzalez. He's the owner of Bayberry Uniform. He's got a unique story and unique products as well. We're going to continue that conversation. So stick around right here on the local show on 570 WSYR.